I've got with me here the Executive Director, African Network for Environment and Economic Justice, Reverend David Ogolo. Reverend Ogolo, thank you so much for your time and your patience, as it were.
Thank you very much, Mr. Son.
Okay. In every election, the issue of manifesto is very, very key. But it looks like in this election per se, the issue of manifesto is not being taken seriously by some political parties. Well, how germane, how relevant is a party manifesto in an election? Let's start off from that as the basics.
Thank you, Mr. Sonny, for inviting me to join this very important conversation. First, I think one of the things that these political parties are missing in this whole journey to Sadebe is that the issue of manifesto of each of the political party is missing in the whole conversation, and that's really very unfortunate. But I'm happy that you have also focused on this morning, particularly with less than a few days to the election. The party manifesto is actually the framework that we can lay our hands on to hold whoever that emerges after the governorship election on Saturday. But unfortunately, if you watch very well since the campaign started, it's missing in the whole conversation. None of these governors have been able to address the electorate and share with them their party manifesto. And even the political party themselves, they have not been able to raise the profile of their manifesto, which is a tool with which they will convince the electorate. And also, in addition, the stakeholders, the electorate, civil society, the students, the farmers, those who have been complaining that things are not going well, things are not bad. This is the opportunity to begin to unpack what these candidates have for us. But what you hear from the whole political arena is either this governor is not too short, or this man is too black, or this man stole money, or this one couldn't do this. That is not what will decide and make a good governor after Saturday. What will make a good governor after Saturday is a governor who is able, candidate who is able to provide us a kind of an agenda and which will reflect the party manifesto. This is what I would do in education. This is what I would do in farming. For example, in farming, as a young boy growing up in Igobazua, we used to go to the farm those days. I would call that farm Ubeka. And in that Ubeka, the government used to make available to us forest where we go and get farm. We don't know whether governor exists or government this, because once you have your farmland, that is enough for you. That provides you the opportunity. And people from Igobazua those days, once it comes to the time for farming, everybody look forward having either 1 acre or 2 acres. And once you have that your acre, the next thing is to clear. And the next thing is to burn. So everybody is busy working. But today, those farmlands are fast disappearing. Okay. So what will concern those farmers? What will concern those farmers as we are moving into Saturday election? Among these governors, who would make it possible for us to have access to those farmland? Okay. And then two, those farmland, our people can no longer go to those farmland because of insecurity. Who among these governors, what plan is this governor having to address that insecurity problem? That should be why I should go and cast my vote. And then you come to the issue of unemployment, for example. And all the manifestos of all the political parties, they address the issue of unemployment. But the reality on ground today, I have not heard from any of the governorship candidates that have been able to provide statistics to say today as we speak, those state unemployment is also percentage. But if I become governor after Saturday election, I will be able to provide opportunity that will enable young men and young women who graduate from the university, polytechnic, college of education to have access to job. And how do I create the job? I will do this and I will do that. But why you are saying that? That is linked to the available resources. what is available for Edo State? Monthly allocation. The monthly allocation that comes to Edo State is almost about 60 to 80% of the total amount of revenue that is available to the government to carry out the activities.
Okay, Reverend, you said a while ago that
Yes.
these candidates, you've not seen any with a manifesto.
Yes.
That's not absolutely correct.
You know, when I say I have not seen them with manifesto,
I know, yeah.
it's breaking it down to the understanding of the people.
Okay.
If you do statistical analysis of just take...
But I know for certain that the PDP candidate, for example,
Yes.
Ighodalo has a manifesto which he has presented
Yes,
in different forums. Yeah.
Yes, you see, when I say it has not been accessible to the electorate, what I definitely mean by that is that when you look the conversational analysis, when you look the newspaper analysis, when you look the radio analysis, we have run the analysis.
Okay.
The percentage that they occupy is like this. It's very small.
Okay.
So what I'm saying that, and the only reason why we are also still focusing on the manifesto as a conversational platform is that electorate should continue to raise their concern about this party manifesto.
Okay, we established the fact that, not all political parties have party manifestos, but there are some who've been able to, document that. In fact, our guest from the US said something quite striking this morning. She said, those of us that are in the diaspora, we believe in documentation because that's the only way we can hold any governorship candidate accountable. Maybe you can lap up on that.
Yeah, that's exactly what I am saying, that after the election, who eventually that now emerge, the only way we can hold that particular person or governor elect accountable is to look into the party manifesto and begin to use that to interrogate him. And that's exactly what we are doing tomorrow in our interactive section, is to be able to ask what exactly is in your party manifesto, what exactly you want to do. Because if you don't have such a document, you don't have such an agenda, it's pretty difficult to begin to interrogate such governor-elect after Saturday. And that's the reason why we are raising an awareness about the political party manifesto. It's fundamental. And if candidates are going to emerge and it's not based on the party manifesto, it is pretty difficult after the election for people to begin to ask questions. And I'm very happy that you again bring this very clearly out, that people are beginning to see that party manifesto will help clarify the questions about what kind of health facility are you providing the people, what kind of agricultural policy are you putting in place, what kind of job facility are you going to be putting in place, and then even the stakeholders. I'm very even worried that even in a few days left to election, I have seen people complaining about governance challenge, but I have not been able to see them mobilizing their constituency. For example, those lecturers who were not paid salary, those lecturers who were offended, they didn't like the way university system was run, those lecturers who are looking into opportunity on how to bring more investment into the university system, either the university or the secondary school or the agriculture or the farmers. This is the best opportunity time for them to begin to raise questions, for them to begin to raise an awareness, and then the candidate will hear it. Like I raised awareness about Igobazua, because I grew up from there, and I used to go to farm in Igobazua, and I like those farms. We used to have library in Igobazua. We don't have library in Igobazua. It's as a result, I'm a product of the library in Igobazua, run by Edo State government. But today we don't have those library. Today we don't have those farms. The lands are disappearing. And so, if an Igobazua person wants to vote on Saturday, those should inform them. Then what about in Asian land, where people can no longer go to farm? What about in Edo North? This should be the issue. It's not about whether you are black, whether you are green. It's about what will your political party offer through your manifesto, so that after the election, we can hold you accountable. For instance, what we are going to be asking some of the governorship candidates tomorrow in Protea Hotel is fundamental issues around their manifesto, linked with the issues that are on ground. And the people that are on ground should be able to come to say, look, I am from so place. This it is. Those days when we were in Ekpoma, you remember? Ekpoma rice. Ekpoma rice When you eat the rice, it is different. There's something you enjoy from Ekpoma rice. Why can we not bring Ekpoma rice back?
Okay. Let's quickly look at, you have been one person that has been at the front burner engaging the issue of the oil industry governance bill that has become an act. Now, since that bill came into existence, some of the things that were the reasons for those agitations, the democratization of the system, that allowance for the free market forces to play, all of that seems to have faded away. Fuel has now become unreachable and inaccessible, and it's revolutionized the way we think, the way we live. As a matter of fact, the country is now experiencing its worst economic hardship around the petroleum industry. What are your thoughts, and how do you think that will be a role in this election?
I'm so happy that you brought this question up, because it also has to play about the economic crisis we are all facing in the country today. You know, as civil society who has been involved in work around the oil and gas reform campaign in Nigeria for the past 30 years, it burns my heart that, look, people don't understand what is going on. And I'm happy that Dangote is also enjoying the culture he has created. You know, the private sector in this country, they don't see the reason why they should work with civil society. They just feel that they can do it alone. You know, if the regulatory environment is not transparent and not accountable, it will consume you one day. You can see that because the regulatory environment is captured by the political actor. And you can see the implication for the Dangote industry today. Because in the Petroleum Industry Act, there is a provision of willing buyer and willing seller.
Okay.
So the idea that Dangote refinery fuel will now be, it is the NNPC that will now have to sell it. It doesn't make any sense. And then two, NNPC has been privatized. It's not supposed to be a government agency. So I don't see any, but you know, when we civil, I remember, I tell you my experience. You know this Deputy Senate President that is now in prison in London? Kuremadu. I remember I mobilized even students from Uniben those days. We went to Abuja when we were campaigning for Petroleum Industry Bill. You know what Kuremadu said to us? He came out and said, who are those charlatans outside the National Assembly? That's how he referred to us. You know, politicians have no respect for civil society. You know, politicians have no respect. You know, that's why you see the civic space is shrinking until they become victim of their culture. You know, it is when politicians are victim of what they have said. When private sector become victim of what they said, the culture they said, they will now be looking for civil society. We have always been there on the road. We have always been there on the street. But politicians, they are all the same. Whether PDP, whether APC, whether Labour Party, they are all the same. And that's why I'm very happy that we are putting this issue of manifesto on the table. Though people should not be deceived by the coloration of the political party. What they should look is the manifesto. What they should look is to see that the issue that borders on their issue is what they cast their vote. They should not allow their pastor to tell them who they vote for. Like what I said to my members on Sunday. Don't allow your pastor to deceive you. Don't allow your imam to deceive you. What God tells you, that's what you have to vote on Saturday. And don't allow anybody to deceive you at all. And when people are saying that there will be violence on Saturday, I laugh. Where will the violence come? All the political actors that are going to election, their children are in abroad. Why will you allow anybody to deceive you? Don't allow anybody to deceive you. We will all go and vote on Saturday. Heaven will not fall. By Saturday, 6 o'clock, latest Sunday in the morning, a new governor will emerge in Edo State. There will be no violence. There will be no violence. Because the people that are promoting violence, their children are in abroad. These people have 2 passports. We are here in Edo State. We don't go anywhere. So we appeal to all the electorate. Don't be deceived. Don't be deceived. There will be no violence. In your area, if you go to the polling unit and you find that somebody has brought gun, gang yourself up. Capture him. Don't be deceived. We must go to Saturday. All this political elite, they have a way of deceiving us, that there will be violence. Don't be deceived. I encourage you, because we must all come out and vote on Saturday. We must all come out to vote on Saturday to send a strong message. Those who have no job, this is an opportunity for you to express yourself. Those of us who grew up in Igobazuwa that used to go to Gbeka, that no longer have land, this is the best time for us to express ourselves. If we need more land, this is the best time for us to encourage the governor to make a commitment that they will make land available for farming. And those farmers who are currently not able to go to farm because of insecurity, this is the best time to appeal to the governor to make it a part of their manifesto and agenda to appeal to the people. And this is the kind of message I want, that we want to encourage the governors. It's not about whether you are tall or you are black. Okay. The message we want you to commit to the people is to be able to assure the people that when you become a governor, you will deliver.
Okay. Reverend Golo, the present realities in the country,
yes.
Is it going to play any role in this election?
Definitely. You cannot rule that out. Yesterday, I asked my man to help me go and buy a packet of matches. I gave him 200 naira. When he returned back, I said, where's my change? He told me, sir, 200 naira, a packet of a matches now is 100 naira. No change. Sure. I was shocked. A packet of matches. What do you mean? I don't understand you. So the economic situation in the country is harsh. So the absence and the price of fuel per liter is high. Will it not impact the election? It will. Because it's an economic variable that explains the situation we find ourselves in the country. There's no doubt about it. But it's about communication. It's about messaging. The election we are involved in Edo State today is Edo State governorship election. The election we are involved in Edo State governorship election today is about the monthly allocation that comes to Edo State. And in the past 8 years, I was not told that the monthly allocation doesn't come. How will this governor that will emerge on Saturday, how will he use the monthly allocation that comes to Edo State? So it is only when that monthly allocation doesn't come that we will begin to be worried. But as we speak today, for the past 7 years and some months, we are into, for example, Obaseki regime, the monthly allocation has been coming. And after the 8 years of Obaseki, the new governor that will emerge, either from PDP or APC or Labour Party or other political party, will now be able to explain to us how would they use the money. Because obviously, how they use that money, the monthly allocation, it will determine whether the impact of the economy will improve the life of the people by providing job, by making sure that our education system, the university, ECMA, College of Agriculture, College of Education, and the polytechnics and the schools are well properly run by true investment into them. I think that's the only way to go about it.
All right. Thank you very much, Reverend Okoro. It's always a delight to have you here on the program. Thank you so
very much.